Cheers, everybody. Oh, watery. So, we're gonna learn, I'm gonna show you how to play, or how I play, Sunday Best by Local H. So, first off, let's tune the guitar. Grab your guitar. All of our songs except for Ham-Fisted are tuned a half step down. Everything on Ham-Fisted is tuned, in E. Everything's in E. But with every record after that, it's tuned half step down. It sounds heavier, and it's easier to sing. Hit those high notes. It's Van Halen tuning, basically. So half of the songs are drop half step down, and then half of the songs are drop D, but so it's actually C sharp, drop C sharp. So that's what this song is. I mean, it's the same tuning as, Fritz's Corner, All the Kids, Turn the Bow, all that kind of crap. You get what I'm saying. So tune everything down a half step. So it's E flat, B flat, or if you prefer G sharp, C sharp, and then that low string is down to D flat, C sharp. And that's gonna work to help you sort of get that rolling rhythm. Just like makes it easy. Get a nice chord up there. Some of you have rightly spotted the influence of Led Zeppelin in this song, but it also has even more of an influence, I think, if you look at songs by Pink Floyd, like Pillow of Winds or The Narrow Way, or any of the early Pink Floyd stuff that was, I think, written by David Gilmour. There's a lot of that going on in this song. And to be honest, I think a big influence on it was a couple of years ago we went to Hawaii, and I really got into the slack guitar Hawaiian music. And it's it's all that sort of open chord, open tuning, rolling kind of stuff. And within a year of going there, I'd written this song, so I gotta think it was that listening to Hawaiian music was a big influence on it. So check out some of that stuff if you haven't. It's great, and it puts you in a good mood, and it's good driving music. All right, let's see if I'm actually in tune here. Good enough. Okay, so the song's in D, or D flat. So let's just say it's D, because I'll get too confused. Let's say it's in D, and as it opens, you're in D major. That kind of. Okay, so your first change, it goes back and forth from a G chord to a D chord. So the figure is, you go up to the 5th fret, and then you use your pinky and your middle finger to make that. And try to roll it as much as possible. Let's keep going. So you're on the 7th fret and the 5th fret of the E string, and then that's the 7th fret of the B string, and then you go 5th fret of the B string, and you're back down to the D chord. If you can see how that goes. So that's the kind of melody that you're playing there, and then you're trying to keep that going as well. I'm not even very good at it, so I'm sure most of you can play it 10 times better than I can. So. Okay, so after you've played that twice, that's when we change. Then an A, a G, back to D. Okay, so it's D, and then an open A, and you do that like little, and then your G, and the G is different here because we've got the 5th fret. I use my middle finger, the 5th fret, and then you've got the index doing that 3rd fret on the B string. And I don't think I ever play the song the same way twice, so any kind of little things you want to do, you should do that. Also, the fingering, keep in mind, whatever fingering you want to do, you should be doing that. I broke my ring finger a couple years ago, and it never really healed correctly. So I can't, it's useless in most of the stuff that I play, unless I'm playing something like that. But some people might play that like that, or like if you see, I'm not doing any of that. So take my fingerings with a grain of salt. But you're there. It's supposed to be easy, and then you go. So those are the verses. Okay? Anybody have any questions so far? Scott moved the box. Okay, sorry. Is that better? Is that the box that we want moved, or is there another box? Sorry. The box is gone? Okay, I'll play it again. Okay? All right, everybody good? My pinky is abnormally short. I will never play guitar. Okay, Stacy, if that's what you think. Okay, so the box is gone. Everybody can see. That just means you got to find a different way. There are players missing whole arms still playing. That's right, Jose. Tony Iommi. Anyway, okay, so here we are. Now it comes for the chorus. Now the chorus is, I don't even really know what shape that is, but it's sort of, instead of going, it's a D minor. So you got the D open, you got the 7th fret on your G string, and you got the 6th fret on the B string, and you got the open E. So you're kind of, and then you go to the G, which is 7th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret. 7th fret on the G, 8th fret on the B, 7th fret on the E, the high E. And then you've got that open D, and the open A, and the open C, open D. So you're like, So you go back. Then we go down. So you've got 5th fret on the G, 6th fret on the B, 5th fret on the E. It's the same shape that you had, that G shape. You bring it down to this F, and then go down a half step, just 1 fret. So you got 4th fret on the G, 5th fret on the B, 4th fret on the E, and then you go back down to your D position. So open D, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. Make sense? Let's try it. So you go. Okay? That makes sense for everybody? Any questions? No? No questions? D position. That's right. Anything else? But wait, there's more. Okay, any questions? Here we go. It has a Going to California vibe. Sure, yeah, it does. Okay, so we got to the chorus. We got the verse. After the chorus, you go back to the verse. You go back. Repeats. Okay, then the chorus. Okay, so then after that, we get to the bridge. And the first part of the bridge, where the vocals go, woo, you slide up from the... So your first one is, so you got the open, your open D, A, D, but then you've got 10th fret on the G, 10th fret on the B, and the 13th fret on the D. So you start, and that shape's gonna go down 4 frets. It's gonna slowly descend. So you start on the 10th fret and you go. Then you go down 1 fret, down 1 fret, down to the 7. Okay? So try it one more time. It's like, you start 10, you go to 9. You got the 12th fret on the E, you go to 8, and you rest at 7. All right, any questions about that? Keeping that nice Dear Prudence drum. Yes, exactly. Keep the Dear Prudence thing going. The tuning, again, is drop D, except everything's also dropped a half step down. So you're looking at drop C sharp or drop D flat. Yes, get the D in position. Okay. All right, Tim. Cheers. Any other questions? What do we got? Are all your songs each string tuned to D? Nope. All the songs are tuned a half step down. And some of the songs are dropped to D, which is, since the half step down, it's dropped C sharp. This gets exhausting talking about it, doesn't it? So here we are. Now we're going to go into the second part of the bridge, which is very Dear Prudence. It's very George Harrison and Bob Dylan-y. And Bob Dylan got it from, the list goes on and on and on. But here you go. You start in a D position, but you got your open string still playing, still rolling along. You got the 7th fret on the G, the 7th fret on the B, and the 5th fret on the E. And that's going to be your first shape. And you're going to have descending shapes going on during this section too, but each shape will be a little bit different from the one before. It won't be as easy as what we just did. Although some of you guys who know what you're doing, it's going to be a walk in the park. So you start with that one, right? And then your next shape, you're not going to change. It's still going to be E, 5th fret E, 7th fret B, but it's going to change to 6th fret. 6th fret on the G. So that's the only thing that'll change. So you go, and you move one finger down. Okay, and then the next shape is the same type of thing. The G, your notes on the G string is the only thing that's moving down. So the next one's going to be the 5th fret. And you still got the 7th fret on the B, 5th fret on the E. So then this next one is a little weird. You can play it a bunch of different ways. Sometimes I play it different ways too. So you got the, it's very simple twist of fate, Bob Dylan. Anyway, you go, and then you get down to this thing. So you're down to the 4th fret on your G string, 5th fret on the E string. Now there's a way that you can play it where you 5th fret, and then so you do a move on the E string. We go 2nd fret and 3rd fret. So, I mean, live I do it this way. Like I'll get down to the 4th fret, and I'm only doing 2, and then I'll like go 5th fret on the B to 7th fret on the B, and then I'll bring up the, not really lean too hard on that 7th fret note on the G string, but more get that 8th fret on the B string. It's a little weird and wonky, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, does that make any sense? I mean, there's that. You do it like that, or you like that. I mean, that sounds pretty good. If I had all my fingers, I'd probably be doing it that way. Any questions about that? What about you guys? Okay, dope. Here we go. Gabe wants to point out Chicago, wishing we were here. Gabe wants to say all of our songs sound like Chicago. I don't know where he's coming up with this crap, but anyway. Yes, all the strings are... No, that's not what's happening. But don't believe Gabe's Chicago crap. All right, so here we are. We're halfway through the thing. So then the next section, you go down here to 3rd fret on the G string, 3rd fret on the B string, and then you, like that. So you hit the D, the D notes, you're always going to try to hit those. And then you got 3rd fret G, 3rd fret B, and then you've got open E, and then 1st fret E, back to open, back to 3rd fret B string, 3rd fret G string. So you get the, right? So let's see how it gets weird. Okay? So you go. Right? So that's where we are. And then, so at this point, you're down back to the open D position. And you go, you let the 2nd fret on the G string. So you've gone down a fret. And then, so you're making it, you're going on this B flat thing into a G major thing. So you 2nd fret G, 3rd fret B, open E, 2nd B. And then you go down one more on the G, 3rd fret B, open, and then open G, 3rd fret B, open, and you just keep that. And then when you hear the slide guitar come in, you go back to the D, bringing us back to the beginning, or back to a good position. So I mean, what you see during that whole section is that it's a constant descending thing on the G string. You keep going down. So you reach the open, you can't go anymore, then you have to go back to D. I'm a big fan of the descending stuff against a pedal tone, as you guitarists probably are well aware. Okay, now PJ Sells is another time. Okay, so hopefully you got that. I know there's a lot going on, but the G goes all the way down, and you just try to make the proper shapes around. Like, I mean, for the first 3 shapes, the B and the E string are going to be the same. And that's what you're going to see for most of that stuff, is it's all going to be kind of the same. And when you get down there, the 3rd fret on your B string, it never leaves. It's always there. That becomes the pedal tone there, along with, well, it's also with the D. So yes, it's still. All right, so let's start from the beginning, and then we'll go through it, and we'll play it. So let's start from the 10th fret bit. Okay? Any questions on that part? Pedal D. No questions. Thank you. It is the L. All right. So that is it. Those are all the parts of the song. After that, we go back to the chorus. And then after that, we'll go back to the verse. And then the end, you just kind of bliss out on that. Do that sort of Hawaiian slack guitar thing. Those are all the parts. So anybody not get this? Good. I'll be here for all those questions. But those are the bits. I mean, I could go back and play the whole thing all the way through, but you're probably all bored with this already. So fuck it. Okay, so everything's there, right? Everyone feels okay with this? All right, thanks. Have fun with it, and I'm curious to see your versions of it. And any other questions, I'll try to answer them. All right, thanks everybody, and take care of each other. Bye.